Sometimes I have a super cool idea for an AI agent, but it's all in my head. It's an abstraction. It's a floating set of images in my mind. It's not something concrete. So what I do to turn an idea into a concrete agent is I create a diagram. And this is the diagram I created for an agent that builds creates blog posts. And we go from idea in blue to amazing blog posts in yellow and gold. So what I'm doing here is first I map out the process. So imagine this doesn't exist. I think about great blog post ideas. I select great blog post ideas. I create a blog post according to a style or a template. Then I have a judge revise a blog post. If it's good enough, we finish our amazing blog post. If it's not good enough, we go back. And once I've identified each step in the workflow, well, there's another thing to think about. And it's okay, what type of workflow am I creating? Is it one in which the agent is allowed to reason by itself and autonomously decide what tools it needs to call? Or do I want more of a pipeline, more of a step by step flow? And in this case, it's definitely a step by step flow because I want the agent to follow a particular set of steps and still allow it and still give it some reasoning power. So in this case, we might use a framework such as LangGraph, which has nodes and edges and conditions and states that help us determine where to go in the decision pathway. Okay, so what I'll do next is usually what ends up happening is that each step in the process will map onto a tool. So I might have this idea creator tool, right? I'll have an idea selector tool. I'll have a blog post creator tool. And these tools will actually be comprised of sometimes LLMs, API calls to LLMs, and in other cases, API calls to other services. So for the idea creator tool, a service that I might want to call is the X API to get do some research on the topics that are having the most engagement on X. And this might be very useful so that I can go out and create valuable ideas that are actually getting engagement out in the real world. Then I'll have an idea selector tool. So from the ideas that we brought in here and we transferred over, we will have an idea selector LLM call, which will select the idea. And then we'll have a LLM that's specialized in content creation. So I might want to use one of the frontier models for this. And that would be part of my blog post creator tool. That would also involve a prompt that accords with the philosophy I use to write blog posts. And again, I wouldn't just post a blog post written by AI. I would never do that. But I could certainly build a pipeline that accelerates my ability to create something useful more quickly. So pipelines are pretty key. And then finally, I would have a judge tool that has a judge LLM that analyzes the content created on a set of quality rules that I might design in my own mind and my own criteria for pointing out good content. And some people make the mistake of saying, hey, go out and analyze this blog post like Tim Ferriss. Instead of adopting a persona and leaving the AI to think about what it means to be Tim Ferriss as an editor, you would actually grab all of the best principles that you know about writing and add them into the prompt, add them into that LLM call. And that's what's going to create the best results for you. The key to building AI agents is to understand the cognitive process that a person thinks through in order to create a valuable output and to translate that cognitive process that a human goes through into a set of actionable steps and then use those actionable steps to create tools and then try different methods, run evaluations, see how your AI is performing along certain metrics, and test it until it works. Build quickly, iterate, and test it until it works. So that's what I wanted to show you today. This is the way that I like to translate problems or translate challenges into steps and then build tools around those steps. And of course, afterwards, what we do is we build out a AI agent prompt that contains all of the tools that the AI agent has available to it. In the case of a more autonomous agent, in the case of a land graph agent, we're just building out the flow and allowing the agent to make decisions and go off in different decisions in the pathway depending on the outputs. Like here, after we judge and revise a post, depending on if the post is good enough, we finish. If it's not good enough, we create another blog post. And that's what I wanted to show you today. Build AI agent diagrams. This is the best way to take you from idea to something that you can go out and implement very easily. So would love to know what you want to know about agents, anything that you want to learn. Let me know in the comments. Happy to show you, happy to work with you. Let's keep building, and I'll see you on the next one.